night, in a quiet, sun-drenched village where dusty roads wound through humble cottages, lived a farmer. His hands were rough from a lifetime of toil, and his pockets were often empty, but his heart was simple. One afternoon, as he trudged home, tired from a long day in the fields, a glint of light on the path caught his eye. It was small, but it shone with an intensity that pierced through the dust. He stopped, curiosity piqued, and bent down to get a closer look. There, nestled in the dirt, was an egg. But this was no ordinary egg. It was the color of pure molten gold, and as he picked it up, it felt warm and smooth in his palm. It shimmered in the afternoon sun, casting a brilliant reflection that made him gasp. He had never seen anything like it. This wasn't just a discovery. It felt like a secret whispered to him by the earth itself. Carefully, almost reverently, he wrapped the golden egg in a piece of cloth and carried it home, his heart thumping with a mix of awe and bewilderment. He couldn't know it then, but this single shining object was about to rewrite his entire life. That night, sleep was a stranger to the farmer. He kept the golden egg in a small clay pot in his courtyard, glancing at it every few minutes as if expecting it to vanish. The moon cast a silvery glow over his modest home, but the egg seemed to radiate a light all its own. Days passed, and the farmer's life returned to its usual rhythm, yet the mystery of the golden egg lingered in his mind. Then, one morning, a faint trembling sound came from the courtyard. He rushed outside to see the golden egg vibrating, tiny cracks appearing on its surface. He watched, holding his breath as the cracks widened. With a final, delicate crack, the shell broke open. From within emerged not a chick of ordinary feathers, but a tiny pigeon. Its downy fluff glowed with a faint ethereal golden shimmer, and its eyes were like two tiny, dark jewels. The farmer's face broke into a wide, wondrous smile. This was no ordinary bird. This was a miracle hatched in his own backyard. He knew he had to protect it. With newfound purpose, the farmer cared for the little golden pigeon. He named it Kiran, which meant ray of light. He fed it the finest grains he could find, gave it fresh water every day, and built a small, sturdy coop to keep it safe. Kiran grew quickly, its golden-flecked feathers becoming more radiant with each passing day. The bird was gentle and trusting, often cooing softly and perching on the farmer's shoulder as he worked. A deep bond formed between them, a quiet friendship built on care and wonder. One bright morning, the farmer went to feed Kiran as usual, but he stopped in his tracks. There, nestled in the soft straw of the coop, was another golden egg, identical to the one he had found on the road. It gleamed under the morning sun, a perfect, polished sphere of gold. The farmer's heart leaped with joy. He carefully picked it up, his hands trembling slightly. Could it be, was this the gift the pigeon was meant to give? With the golden egg safely tucked in his basket, he hurried to the bustling town market. The noise, the smells, the vibrant chaos of the marketette was a world away from his quiet farm. He approached the town's most respected goldsmith, a man known for his sharp eye and honest dealings. When the farmer unveiled the egg, a hush fell over the nearby stalls. People gathered, their eyes wide with disbelief. The goldsmith examined it, his expression shifting from skepticism to sheer astonishment. It was pure solid gold. He offered the farmer a price that made his head spin more money than he had earned in a year. The sale of that one egg changed everything. The farmer returned home with a pouch heavy with coins and a heart light with possibility. The next day, Kiran laid another golden egg, and the next day, another. A pattern was established, a daily miracle that turned the poor farmer's life upside down. He began selling a golden egg every day, and his wealth grew beyond his wildest dreams. His small, humble cottage was replaced by a grand house with a sturdy roof and painted walls. His ragged clothes were exchanged for fine silks, and his table was always laden with delicious food. He was no longer just a farmer. He was the wealthiest man in the village. People treated him with a newfound respect, and he reveled in his comfort and status. Life was easy, and the struggle of his past became a distant memory. But as his fortune grew, something inside him began to shrink. He became obsessed with the gold. Each morning, his first thought was of the egg. He would rush to the coop, not to greet Kiran with a gentle stroke, but to snatch the golden treasure. The bird that had brought him this incredible fortune became merely a source of income. He forgot the wonder he felt when he first saw the shimmering chick hatch. He forgot the quiet friendship they had shared. In his heart, greed had quietly taken root, eclipsing the gratitude that had once filled him. The golden eggs were all that mattered. Then, one moonless, starless night, disaster slithered into the farmer's perfect world. As he slept soundly in his comfortable bed, a dark shadow moved through the courtyard. It was a large, hungry snake, drawn by the scent of the eggs. Silently, it slid into the coop where Kiran was sleeping. The pigeon had just laid a small clutch of golden eggs, keeping them warm beneath her. The snake struck with swift, deadly precision. One by one, it swallowed the glistening golden eggs. Kiran awoke with a terrified cry, flapping its wings in a desperate, helpless frenzy. It tried to peck at the intruder, but it was no match for the powerful serpent. Its cries of distress echoed through the silent night. The farmer was jolted awake by the commotion. Annoyed at being disturbed, he grabbed a heavy wooden stick and stormed out into the courtyard. When he saw the snake, its body bulging with the shapes of his precious eggs, a blind rage consumed him. He didn't think about his beloved pigeon. He only saw the thief that had stolen his wealth. With a furious roar, he brought the stick down on the snake, again and again, until it lay still. His rage subsided, replaced by a cold dread. He turned his attention back to the nest, hoping to salvage something. But it was empty. All the golden eggs were gone, lost forever inside the dead snake. He looked at Kieran. The beautiful pigeon sat in its empty nest, trembling, its golden-flecked feathers ruffled and dull. It let out a soft, mournful coo, a sound so full of grief it pierced the farmer's heart. In that moment, the farmer's world came crashing down. The grand house, the fine clothes, the respect of the villagers, it all felt hollow. He looked at the trembling bird, the source of all his fortune, and was consumed by a wave of shame and guilt so powerful it brought him to his knees. He had been so focused on the gold, on the product, that he had completely forgotten the miracle that produced it. He had protected the eggs but failed to protect the bird. The next morning, the sun rose, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, but the farmer felt none of its warmth. He found Kieran still sitting silently in the coop, its head bowed. He approached slowly, his heart heavy with regret. Kneeling beside the coop, he reached out a tentative hand. "I'm so sorry," he whispered, his voice thick with emotion. "I was blind. I was blinded by greed, and I forgot what truly mattered." He gently stroked the pigeon's back, his touch no longer that of an owner, but of a friend. "You are the real treasure," he said softly. "Not the gold. I promise, from this day on, I will live with gratitude, not greed." Kieran looked up at him, and for the first time since the tragedy, it let out a soft, gentle coo, as if in understanding. Together, the man and the bird watched the sunrise, a quiet promise passing between them. It was a new beginning, a chance to rebuild not his wealth, but his character. He had lost his fortune, but he had found his humanity again. He had learned, in the most painful way, that the greatest treasures in life are not the things we can hold, but the love and gratitude we feel. And so the farmer learned his lesson, and the pigeon probably cried, because after all that, you still haven't liked this video or subscribed to the channel. Don't be like the greedy farmer. Hit those buttons and show some love. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.